Hey, thank you so much for letting me come over. I just really needed someone who knows me right now. I don't know if that sounds stupid or lame, like, where are my friends? Where are the girls? I know, I don't want the whole aggressive support, they were wrong for you. Oh God, I just want peaceful, quiet listening. Do you mind? Can we do that? I know we've been apart for a few years now. I was so thankful when we recently got in touch, and it was just so natural, and it felt like the universe was telling me it was okay to reach out to you. I know breakups get easier with time, but it's so new, and it hurts. I'm hurt. And I'm not looking forward to the next steps and moving on. Christ, we had an apartment together. Like we had stuff that was our stuff. I just left. And I'll stay at my parents' for a while, I guess. God, being on the receiving end of dumping sucks. What am I supposed to do? Kind of makes me realize how this would have felt for you when we split. Not that you were the dumpee, but I know it wasn't so mutual. But it was just messed up. Our lives were just not lining up with one another. I couldn't see how we could stay together. Our lives were just pulling us in such different directions. I'm sorry. I don't mean to rehash it. I'm just obviously in that state of mind right now. I mean, he was no replacement for you. I don't think anyone could meet or surpass my wants like you did. I feel so stupid and vulnerable saying this, but we really were good together, weren't we? Life just dragged us in such different directions after graduation. I felt so much pressure to get out there, get a job, start making cash. I felt like I couldn't stay with my parents, and I really had to make the money to live, and I didn't feel like you and I could afford a place to live, like in our university city. I felt like I just had to go where the jobs were. I didn't mean for it to be as awful as it was. And I know that sounds like bullshit to you. But it wasn't like I ever fell out of love with you. It's so corny to say it, and I said it a million times when we were breaking up, but it's not what I wanted either. I just felt so much fear to make it, to be independent, to, I don't know, get to the same point in life everyone else was. There were so many expectations for us, especially at graduation. I know, and I know you don't believe me, but that's how that went for me. But truly, you were perfect. Should I say you are perfect? I know I'm vulnerable right now, and I know you're thinking, what the hell am I saying? I'm over here after breaking up with someone else, but just in that state of mind, I guess. It is really, really nice to see you, though, and I do appreciate you letting me come over. It's always so nice to see your smile and hear your voice. It is really comforting to me. And I can appreciate that you don't hate me anymore. It's really mature of you. You were always in the back of my mind, but I know it wouldn't have been fair to tell you those things or let you know. I did. I never fell out of love with you. I was always comparing my relationship to what you and I had, because we were so good together, and if I could have faced that fear, I could have found a job. I could have stayed with you. I always wonder if we hadn't grown apart so physically by distance, would we still today be just as good as we were back then? Is that stupid? Is that stupid to bring up? Oh, God, I'm sorry. I don't want to rehash these things. I don't know. Do you ever think of me? Did you ever? I know you've been dating too. Truthfully, it always stung to know you were dating, but again, that's not fair to you. I really had to accept it. I really had to just accept my decision and have life play out that way. But I don't know if we didn't split, would we still get along so perfectly? Would we still make each other laugh in the middle of the night? Would you still keep the bed warm for me? I know, I'm sorry. I've been wanting to tell you this for so long, and I do. I miss you. I miss you so much. I miss how safe you made me feel. I miss how hard you made me laugh. I miss how loved you made me feel and how wonderful you smelled. God, whenever someone passes me with your cologne, it's like I'm instantly transported back to being with you. Holding your hand while we were waiting for the train every day. Walking to class. Late night study breaks. And I do mean the breaks. I don't want to remember the study, but I want to remember the study breaks. God. And I do remember those study breaks. And that was another area of comparison. You were just so giving. And I only feel comfortable saying that to you because of the really intimate things we've done. I mean, you can tell me to stop at any time, but I missed your hands over my skin. missed how perfectly you kissed my neck and bit it. You'd just make me weak in the knees with that. I miss your fingers trailing down my thighs to my inner thighs. That makes me think that time that I was at your dorm for the weekend and we were getting ready to go out. It was sometime in like the spring semester, winter semester, like April. And where were we going? I can't remember. To the movies or to see one of your friends? But I was getting dressed and I was looking in the full-length mirror and I was pretty content with what I was wearing. And you were too. God, I can almost smell your cologne now. And you walked up behind me and swept my hair off my neck and leaned in. And, you just started kissing my neck. God, I miss that. You were so good at that. And do you remember what you did next? Your hands just trailed down to my ribs, to my waist, to my hips. You spun me around and kissed me so deeply. And then you pushed me against the wall and lifted my hands above my head. Oh God, that memory sticks with me. You kissed me and bit my lips and kissed my cheek and my chin and my neck and down my chest, and I started to moan. I think at that time we knew we had somewhere to be, but couldn't decide if we cared or not. Eventually we cared and got where we had to go, but it was just those moments like that. It was just those moments that you made me feel so fucking hot about myself and hot for you. You really just, that came so naturally to you. God, I miss it. And no one has ever been like that with me since. Would we still naturally fit together like that? Those perfect puzzle pieces. I know I shouldn't hash it up too much. I hope you still think of me sometimes, because I still think of you. And I know it's getting late. And I know I shouldn't dredge anything up or make any rash decisions while I'm feeling vulnerable like this, but I've always felt like this. I've never stopped feeling like this. Maybe we should, in the light of day, when I've cleaned off my mascara streaked cheeks, maybe we should or could go for coffee, have a talk. Just if you want to. I know how things were, but it would just be so wonderful to catch up and, I don't know, see how we are. Listen, I really appreciate you listening to me and letting me tell you all these things, and I should probably bring my stuff over to my mom's house now, but I just really appreciate it. And if you want to take me up on the offer, you know where to reach me. Thanks so much. Have a good night.